Morning, it's 9:30 a.m. on Tuesday, June 27th. The Richland County Board of Commissioners is now in session. I'm Richland County Commissioner, joined by Commissioners Bill Banks, our clerk Stacy Kroll, our County Administrator Andrew Keller, Mr. Morgan Stern is here. And we have an appearance with Denise Rule from the Clerk of Courts. And online we have Alan Carl from the media. And our first order of business, the Clerk of Courts, as Lynn Frary, who's our clerk of courts, will be retiring effective June 30th. Before we make that appointment or suggest the appointment or vote on it, Denise, would you like to say anything about assuming a new role? Well, I don't know if it's even assuming a new role because you've been in that chair for quite a while.
I have. I've been Chief Deputy Clerk for 18 years. Total combined experience of 30 years working for the county. So it'll be a continued exciting adventure.
Lynn has been out for several weeks now and you've been in that role.
I have. Right.
Okay.
I would like to make the motion, the resolution to appoint Denise Rule as acting Richland County Clerk of Courts, commencing to July 1st.
I'll second that, even though she's from Belleville. Butler, okay, that's okay though. That's a strong second.
Fort Valley.
Oh, okay, I'll second that even though she's from the
I
valley.
think isn't July 1st Friday?
Saturday.
Take office on a Saturday.
Yes. Commissioner Mears.
Yes.
Commissioner Banks.
Yes.
Commissioner Vero.
Yes. Be prepared for questions.
Carl, do you have any questions for the appointed Clerk of Courts?
Oh, I always have questions about things. First of all, congratulations, Denise.
Thank you so much.
Just want to double check. I don't want to assume anything, but I would assume that you're throwing your hat in the ring for the Republican Party meeting coming up July 13th.
Yes, that is my intention.
Okay, have you already filed that? I know the deadline's June 30th to send in those letters. I don't know if you'd already done that.
I did. I submitted that on the 16th.
Okay. And if you could just tell us a little bit about yourself. I know I heard that are you a resident of Butler or from Butler? And tell us a little bit about your background, education, et cetera.
Sure. I am a resident of Richland County. I grew up on a farm that I currently live on. It was my parents' farm. I went to Bradford Business College for accounting. I started in 93 with the county, actually with the Clerk of Courts office. Phil Scott hired me. And then in 96, Judge Henson and Judge DeWeese hired me. And I worked with them until 2005 when I became Lynn's Chief Deputy until current.
And what have you found most interesting about the Clerk of Courts office and/or being the Chief's deputy and now the official clerk?
I've always enjoyed the people. I'm also the criminal supervisor, so I deal a lot with the indictments, bonding aspects, working closely with the sheriff's department, prosecutor's office. So just working with the other departments have been a enjoyment that I've had over the years.
And how old are you, Denise?
I'm 52.
All right. That's what I needed. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Hey, Al, what do you think? Any questions, comments?
Yeah, I'm not as familiar with the courts. How do you spell your last name?
RUHL.
Okay, because sometimes when names and things are pronounced, they don't always come across on the Zoom. I do have a question for Andrew. How much is left on the term and what's the process from here?
Well, the next step, Al, will be the Richland County Republican Party Central Committee will meet to appoint a duly appointed clerk of courts to fulfill the unexpired term of Lynn Frary. And this office will be on the ballot in 2024 in the primary and in the general election. So the Republican Party's appointee will hold that office as the appointed clerk of courts through through 2024. The successor will take office then in January of 2025.
Okay, this is a January start for this. It isn't one of those offices that has an odd month starting.
That's exactly right. This is a January start and it also runs with the presidential election.
But Denise isn't running for president.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's one or two county offices, Al, auditor's one of them that runs on this, like the governor, even numbered election, but most of the county offices, including the clerk of courts, runs during the even numbered presidential election.
Well, I was also thinking some of the offices take, their terms start in a different month too. Not necessarily January 1st.
Yes, and you're one of the few that knows that, Al. There's a lot of folks in county government that don't even know that. That's
It's been repeated too many times that, it sunk into my head finally.
Al, you can go to the Board of Elections website. When the taxpayers paid for the software upgrade, you can see terms and the whole package with all elected officials in the county. It's very nice, very informative. And I actually told a resident about that yesterday who was inquiring about running for office in a local community. And you can have all that information on the Board of Elections website.
Okay. So I can find out when you're up for election then, huh?
Oh, my petition's already circulated and I already got 100 signatures. So I'll be ready to roll. I'll file them here within the next couple of weeks, probably. July.
You could be signature 101.
Oh, he doesn't live in Richland County.
Oh, you can move.
I just moved in October. I'm not gonna do that again.
You won't move to sign Tony's petition? Seriously?
Come on in, Al. We'll take you.
Well, I could, nothing preventing me from signing it. It just won't be valid.
That's true.
Yeah, you got a good point.
That is true.
I think that's all I had. Thank you.
Okay, thanks, Al. Thank you, Denise.
Thank you.
See you.
Good to see all of you.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Congratulations, Madam Clerk.
Billy said congratulations. I told her last night.
Very nice.
See you, Denise.
See you.
Okay. Next order of business we have is to certify the record of proceedings for June 22nd.
So move.
Second.
Yes.
For Banks,
Yes,
Trevero.
Yes. Do I have a motion to approve requisitions?
you can.
Second.
Mears,
Yes.
Commissioner Banks,
Yes,
Commissioner Vero.
Yes.
I have a motion to authorize the termination of a probationary employee who's not had a very good attitude or performance.
So move.
second.
Commissioner Mears,
Yes.
Commissioner Banks,
Yes,
Rivera.
Yes.
I have a motion to authorize the advertising for the Noble Road widening project.
yes,
Second.
Commissioner Mears,
Yes.
Commissioner Banks,
yes,
Rivera.
Yes.
Could I have a motion to authorize advertising for the Youth and Family Council Service Coordinator position at $17.43 an hour, beginning July 7th?
So moved.
second.
Mears,
Yes.
Commissioner Banks,
Yes,
Commissioner Vero.
Yes.
For the media, that was a vacancy due to a resignation, so it's not additional staff. Can I have a motion to approve the quarterly overtime resolution for the wastewater treatment plant?
so move.
Second.
Commissioner Mears,
Yes.
Commissioner Banks,
Yes,
Rivera.
Yes.
Before we have two amended notices of ARPA expenditures, premium pay, and I was a little confused on this yesterday, so Andrew gave me a bit of a tutorial explaining what these are all about, and I think it might be appropriate if you could kind of recap the way you did for me yesterday, Andrew, and explain the difference between the two.
This is a familiar ARPA award. The commissioners approved it in May of 2022. It's for premium pay, is what the federal regulations refer to it as. In the sheriff's office, collective bargaining agreement, MOU. It's considered a stipend. The commissioners last year wanted to make an investment in attracting and retaining talent at the sheriff's office, and that was the origin of this award. So in May of 2022, the award was for $600,000, up to, not to exceed $600,000, which would provide for $1,000 stipends for eligible sheriff's office employees. That's not everybody, but particularly your FLSA eligible staff. And it would, after you complete every 6 month, a consecutive 6 month term, you're eligible to receive that stipend for the 6 months that you've completed. And it's payable in 4 installments. First installment went out in January of this year for the previous 6 months for eligible employees. And then in April of this year, the declared public health emergency expired. So now we can no longer use restricted ARPA money for these stipends. So we're simply moving the balance. So from the restricted ARPA allocation to the revenue loss category. So it doesn't affect the stipends. It doesn't affect the amounts. It simply changes the source of the payment for the remaining stipends, the next 3 payments through 2024.
And the $98,750 out of restricted is an actual figure. $150,000 of unrestricted is not to exceed. So that's not an actual figure.
That's exactly right.
So moved.
Second.
Which one are you moving?
Both.
Yeah, let's,
Do the restricted and the revenue loss.
Commissioner Mears,
yes.
Commissioner Banks,
Yes.
Commissioner Vero.
Yes.
Al has a question.
Okay, is there any other business to conduct right now?
I have, well, Al, do you have a question about this?
No, I'm sorry. I do have a question about a couple of the other things, but
Okay.
I'll let you finish.
Okay, I just need to move to authorize 2 external job posting for case manager and clerical specialist.
Second.
Commissioner Mears,
Yes.
Commissioner Banks,
Yes.
Commissioner Vero.
Yes.
Okay, Al, what you got?
That Noble Road thing, is that the one that wasn't done before that they had done the engineering a couple months ago?
It's a widening project.
It's up at the landfill.
Yeah, I know. Adam Gove was in, wasn't he? And that was the
Yes.
portion of the road that didn't get widened with an earlier project, right?
Correct.
Yes, yeah, and I should say the estimated construction cost is $686,146.50. And all work should be completed before July 31st of next year.
Okay, and the YFC, what was her name?
Youth and Family Council, there is
Yes.
no name. We're seeking to hire.
Oh, okay. I thought you,
Yeah, there's authorization to post for the position.
okay. I'm sorry, you said something that sounded to me like a name.
That's okay.
All right, that's all I had.
Okay, Carl, do you have anything?
Just real quick, what is it interim that Denise Rule is now considered, or what's the actual title that she has as clerk of courts?
The clerk, right?
Acting. Her title is acting clerk of court, and that will remain until the party makes the appointment, and at which point she becomes the, in fact, appointed clerk of court or clerk of court.
Okay, that's the word I was looking for. Thank you.
You know a lot about acting, don't you, Carl?
Bad acting, yes.
He is in the news media.
Okay, is there any other business to come before the Board of Commissioners? Hearing none, the Richland County Board of Commissioners stands adjourned at 9:44 a.m.